Well, well, well. We are live. I'm live. I'm alive. How y'all doing? uh, so there's a delay here on my end, so I'm just gonna ramble on for about 10, 15 seconds. Let stream catch up. Drink some water. You know, the normal. So how's everybody doing today? Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we are an entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we take the old, the boring, the stale information, and we package it up in a fun and sexy way. Also, here at Sin City Crypto, we don't just do the live streams during the daytime and nighttime now. We also do the deep dives and other content. Speaking of other content, we did put up a short on Celsius today. When I say short, it was actually not that short, about 18 minutes of your time. But we kind of did our normal thing, just kind of went back and forth, talked about a project. We figured this is better than doing deep dives at the moment. So if you're not familiar with our channel, a lot of times we'll do project-specific deep dives. Right now, we don't really feel comfortable investing in any smaller altcoins. So unless we're going to do a deep dive on Bitcoin, there's really no point doing it. So we're just kind of talking about what's trending. We'll get back to it in maybe a couple of weeks when the market kind of calms down and people, when you feel a little safer and maybe it's a little wiser to maybe get into something. Right now, it's a little too volatile. Wouldn't really recommend investing in any altcoins or anything speculative or small. Taking a look. Let's take a look at the chat here. All right, who we got? First in the chat, Bullish Kenny G. My dude. First in the chat with a triple membership Ola emoji. How you doing, brother? We got Hudir, Marky Mark, Brokey Yoshi, Nick. We also have David running the Sin City Crypto. Yeah, he's running the Sin City Crypto moderator, so that's the one chatting. So if you want to say what's up to David, just say it in the chat. And then, who else we got? Handy, HP up in here, Luis, and that rounds it out. So glad to see you guys all on supporting your boy. Because you know what? Your boy be looking sweet. Anyways, so what's going on in crypto? So taking a look, we got Bitcoin sitting at 22,000. Oh, just dropped a little bit. Bitcoin sitting at $21,938.09. So this is gonna hold right here. This 22,000. This is gonna stay put until 2:30, or maybe was it 2 o'clock? Anyways, at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Vegas time, or 11:30 a.m. I'm not exactly sure, but anyway, somewhere in that time window. That is when. Why you loud? What's up, bro? Gang. So that is when we're gonna see, or we're gonna hear, we're gonna get the results of what the federal interest rate is gonna be set at. And so that not only is what all the crypto degens are waiting for, but it's also what Wall Street's waiting for. It's what your financial managers are waiting for. It's what people that simply have 401ks are waiting for, or trying to buy a house. So the world is on edge. The world is waiting. It's like Christmas, but instead of getting a present, you might not get any presents. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find out if Santa Claus even stopped by the house or not. With that said, tomorrow, I think until then, we're gonna just kind of play it safe, man. I don't think anybody wants to make drastic moves right now. Not with this gigantic news coming out tomorrow on what direction the Fed is gonna take. There's three outcomes. 0.5% interest rate hike. So the 0.5 is the original. That's what people were expecting. That's what the markets were expecting. That's what Wall Street kind of accounted for. And lo and behold, a couple days ago, within the last 48 hours, there's been a buzz that there's going to be 0.75% interest rate hike. Is this all speculation? Is there any merit to it? Is it just news reporters just throwing out numbers simply because, it could be that a news reporter or an anchor or whatever it is, publicist, they see interest rates, or they see the inflation went way up, higher than expected, the highest in, was it 40 years, and they just assume that the Fed is going to go more aggressive on their interest rate hikes. Now, there's probably some validity to that, but I think at this moment, I don't think anybody really knows. I think the only person that knows is Jerome Powell and maybe a handful of other individuals. And did it leak? Possibly. Supposedly, there's other people going and coming out and saying that they have a leak, that it is confirmed, behind closed doors, it's going to be 0.75. And so the new norm now is 0.75. So I think if we do come in at 0.75, I think initially we'll have a little bit of a pullback, but I don't think it's going to be anything drastic. I don't think it's going to absolutely crush the market. But I don't think a lot of people, this has only been the last 48 hours. People are expecting 0.5, and then in the last 48 hours, it's now 0.75. So it's to be seen. But if it's 0.5, if it's only 0.5%, I think we get a bullish push in the market. I think we get some green numbers in both S&P 500 and in crypto. So I think Nasdaq pumps, Wall Street pumps, everybody's breathes a sigh of relief, and I think we're going to get a bounce at 0.5%. And if it is 0.75, I think maybe we dip a little bit, bounce something. Now, the doomsday scenario, 1%. Holy dog crap. If that happens, you best be ready for the $18,000 Bitcoin. That's all your boy's saying. That's all your boy's saying. Now, if you're new in the chat, if this is your first time checking us out, drop a hello. Would love to give you a shout out here. So let it be known. And if you haven't liked, whoa, we got 20 viewers and only 11 likes. Bruh. What y'all doing out there, man? Like the video. Come on now. So, taking a look here. Crypto fear and greed index is at 7. Holy dog crap. Look at that. I don't actually remember it being 7 before. I mean, this has only been around since the last bull cycle. And so since 2018, I don't exactly remember there being a 7. I might be mistaken. I don't know how to look at these numbers. Oh, here's a low one. I don't know what that is, but anyways, it's hard to look at these, but it's pretty damn low, man. And you know the mantra. If there's buy when others are fearful, and people are greedy, sell. Yeah. I don't know the exact phrase, but it goes something like that. Look, man, you want to do the opposite of the masses. And if everybody's coming in, if there's people coming in that don't know anything about crypto, when your neighbor that you try to talk to crypto about for like weeks, when he finally comes up to you and he's all like, yo, I heard about this coin, whatever, don't buy it. Too late. Sorry. If that guy knows about it, you missed out, bro. That's all I'm saying. So what you want to do is you want to start accumulating and picking up when everybody's pissed. Because everybody I interact with outside of the community here, they're all like, bro, I heard Bitcoin. Bitcoin on fire. How you doing, man? You got any money left? You need some help paying rent? Like they're over here joking. I'm like, bro, you're laughing, but I am unleashing capital. I'm just like, bam, bam, bam. I'm just buy order after buy order. My wife is all like, where'd you get that money from? I'm like, don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it. I was hiding this for a rainy day, and your boy straight coming out with stacks of cash. You know what I'm saying? The floorboards are up. The backyard suitcase is dug out of the ground. I'm straight pulling the trigger, baby. And so, taking a look at your boy's most visually entertaining metric here is a mix of CoinMarketCap with bubbles. And we all know how much I love bubbles. Your boy can blow bubbles too. The spit bubbles. Like, all right. So, Helium still making moves, bro. So absolutely on a tear. There's probably something going on with Helium. I haven't had the chance to look. It is still far off its all-time high. So don't think that. If you really want to dollar cost average into this thing, I mean, it's a good project. I believe in it long term, but definitely could probably get it at a cheaper price. That's for sure. Lose that $7, but yeah. What the hell is going on with Helium? There's something I missed here? Yeah, I don't know. Helium Crypto Wireless Network to launch new tokens. Oh. Okay, let's see. We'll read this article together. I haven't read this yet. I just saw their pump and I'm curious. So, Helium Crypto Wireless Network to launch new tokens amid expansion. So, even more protocols besides IoT and 5G could be offered by Helium. Oh, that's cool. So, it sounds like they're taking advantage of the 5G network, which is super fast. It's supposed to be faster than your standard 100 megabyte download. Like your entry package you would get from your cable company. So 5G internet's supposed to be faster than that. So, will we reach a level where we don't need a cable, physical landline hookup? I mean, I think for the masses it might be a better option, honestly. I mean, think about it. If you don't use that much internet, say you're just streaming some TV shows, you see that you can stream it on your phone anyways. Why go and download it, get all this hardware and all this stuff? It might just be easier just to stream all this stuff through 5G, and probably cheaper, more streamlined. So I'm not gonna sit here and read it through this. As I mentioned, I haven't had a chance to go over it, but it just looks like they have an expansion from the titles. From what the title says. They're using 5G connectivity here. They get in on the 5G towers, and then on top of that, they have a new token. So I will do a little bit more research into that. The community has passed HIP 51, which provides economic and technical constructions of scaling of the Helium network devices. So they passed some scaling proposal here, so that's cool. All right, so let's what was I doing here? Okay, let's take a look at the stock market. So this is the future stock market here, and let's see. So this is what we're looking like opening up tomorrow. A little green, so I think we're starting to see a little bit of rebound. I think some people that got scared off by this 0.75 maybe are getting back into the market as far as putting in some buy orders. I don't know, man. I think as I said, it's all to be seen what happens with the interest rate tomorrow. Here's if you're looking to buy a home, this is the average rate for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. As it just went up to 6.28%. Do you know how much money that is? That is I don't have the calculator here, but when you go from 3.5 to 4.5%, you're talking a couple $100 on top of your mortgage on average. If you have a $1,500 mortgage. So I can only imagine what say a $1,700 mortgage would cost on a 3.5% versus a 6 and damn near 0.5%. So people ain't buying houses, man. I've been watching some like Bloomberg, CNN, talking about houses. And, there's definitely a major slowdown. So Zillow had tons. If you're not familiar with Zillow, you're out of the country. It's just an app that lets you, it shows you prices of houses. So Zillow, they were saying that like some crazy percentage, it was like over half of the houses purchased a couple months ago, it's like 3 months ago, over half of them were sold for over their asking price, which is the polar opposite of how it normally is. So normally you list a house, kind of like when you go to buy a new car. You go to buy a new car, you see the sticker price, and then you're like, oh dang, 20,000, and then you're about to walk out, and then the guy's like, hey, I talked to my manager, I'll sell it to you for 17. That's how it was for home mortgages. And so this idea of overpaying for a house, it was few and far between, because realistically, people weren't doing that on the regular, unless it was like your dream house and the dream neighborhood. Most of the time people were just like, we'll give you this, and then you would counter, and that's it. But definitely very heated market. So if you saw our title here, huge Celsius news. Institutions continue to buy the dip. So Celsius. Let's address the elephant in the room here. We're all waiting. We're all waiting to see how they end up handling this situation. I got some news for you. Got some big news. You know what Celsius is doing? Dun dun dun! Crypto lender Celsius molds possible restructuring amid financial woes. This is all per the Wall Street Journal. They don't release an article unless it's pretty damn true. So, before I get into this, if you're not familiar with what a company's restructuring is, you don't know what a restructuring is, I'm going to break it down for you. If you do, just grab some popcorn. All right, so restructuring, it's basically when a company is about to go under. Think of restructuring as a person filing for bankruptcy. And that's very similar to what a company will do. So if a company has mismanaged money, if a company can't pay their debts, or a company is just simply gonna go under, that is when they look at restructuring. And what restructuring is it's a last-ditch effort to completely put on pause or stop a collapse. And could be good, could be bad. There's not a lot of details, but just want to get out of the way what restructuring stands for. So now there is a couple good things about this. So for one, restructuring usually the goal of restructuring is to negotiate debt down to something that is manageable, that lets you get out of it. So in the same reference as bankruptcy, an individual would file for bankruptcy, and then you liquidate some of your assets as part of the negotiation. So you're like, hey, I'm gonna file for bankruptcy. And you're like, oh, cool, you got a boat and 3 cars. How about we're gonna take the boat. You can keep 1 car. You can keep your house, and we're gonna take the other 2 cars. And you got a fine piece of art. We'll take that too. And so, but what you do is it's a negotiation, and in doing so, you don't end up paying off all your debts. So what scares me here is that perhaps you end up with a Celsius saying, hey, we can't pay everybody back, but what we're going to do is give you 30%. Now, this is all speculation, bro. Please don't take any of this as some word or some fact or some article I read. I'm just saying that generally speaking, when it comes to restructuring, this is how things unfold. And I'm just hypothesizing what's going on behind closed doors. And perhaps they're making a deal with their holders, their investors, that like, hey man, look, we ain't gonna be able to pay everybody back. We either gonna go under or I'm gonna give you 40%. That's one possibility. Also, on the bright side, there's a bright side here. On the bright side, when you restructure, a lot of companies restructure to clean the debt out, or at least put it all in line, so that way when another company comes and buys them out, it's very clean cut and simple and easy. So one example of this would be if I had 15 different credit cards, and let's say I'm going to get married and I'm going to share a bank account with somebody. And let's say the person I'm getting married to agrees to take all my debt on, and she's all like, but look, you got a mess over there. You got credit cards all over the place. Like, I don't know. I ain't messing with it. I ain't going to mess with it. And so in doing so, you're like, all right, how about I refinance, or how about I get out a loan and a consolidation loan, and I just pay off all the credit cards. We just have one loan, and then we can just pay that thing off. And in doing so, I can give my wife a peace of mind to know that, like, hey, at the end of the day, we're just going to make an $800 payment. That's all, and that's going to cover all the debt that we have. And now let's join finances. And so that's a good analogy of what would happen when you restructure. Now, if they owe a ton of investors, this, all these different staking and holding and all these wallets out here, if they can consolidate this mess, because I'm sure there's probably accounts everywhere and all this stuff, and if you want to come in and buy up Celsius and try to fix this, you're going to need, at face value, some clarity. So to restructure, this would make a ton of sense. And this would be the best case scenario, is like not to make any deals or short sell any debt, but to just maybe consolidate debt, take out a loan from one person, from one institution, to maybe make whole here, and then just make everything nice, clean, cut, and simple, and then go on the back end and then sell the company. And there are some buyers lining up for it. So, anyways, that's my hypothesis. But now let's get into the article. So, crypto lender Celsius has hired Atkinson Strauss Hauer failed LLP as it mulls financial options after halting withdrawals in the past weekend. Is all according to the Wall Street Journal. Celsius is first looking at the possibility of financial options from investors, but it's also exploring strategic alternatives, including financial restructuring. So, like I said, nothing here as far as any juicy details, but I'm sure if they're restructuring, they're weighing all their options. They're looking at what is possible for them, and yeah, we'll see. Only time will tell what direction this goes. So I think there's a lot of people that are anxious. And if you have money in Celsius, I would say that this news is more bullish for you. Because if they restructure, two things could happen. Well, technically three things could happen. Okay, three things could happen if they restructure. One being the consolidation of debt. They sell it to a third party. Third party basically turns Celsius back on, honors everybody's debt, moves on with business. That's the ideal scenario. The other scenario is they consolidate debt, try to make whole with individuals, but they fall short. They give you a certain amount of your money back. They take all that, then they take whatever's left of the company and they sell it. Or they could just not sell it and try to rebrand. But I think at this point Celsius is done, so I think they're gonna transfer ownership regardless. And then there's a third scenario where they restructure their debt. They probably pay off their friends, which are the investors, people that they sat in meetings with and went to dinner with, and they're gonna be like, Alex Mashinsky, you promised me, and I like to think that's not gonna happen, but could be the third scenario. They pay back some of their investors in a restructuring deal, close out all the accounts, don't pay people back, go out of business, and sail off to the sunset. I hold Celsius in a higher regard. I don't think that'll happen. But let's be real, it's a possibility. Could be, they close trading. They close transfers. There is a possibility that it does not come back online. You do need to reason with that scenario, because it's possible. I don't think it's likely. Well, I think it's likely they'll do what's right. But so taking a look. Oh, we got Stereo 2 up in here. Let me take a break here. I will take a look at the chat and see what's going on in here, and then I'll get back to the articles here in a second. Let's see here. We got Tox is in here. What's up, brother? And then Salvatore back in here again. He says, I've been looking for a place for a while. Prices keep going up. Yeah, you know what? I think if you're looking for a home, I really truly believe if you just waited out about 6 to 12 months, I think the home prices are going to be a lot more affordable than they are, because everything's gotten a pullback. Think of it this way. The S&P 500 had a gigantic run up. So from the bottom of the pandemic up in March 2020, huge run up in Wall Street. So huge run up in S&P 500 and NASDAQ. All global markets also rallied hard. Commodities rallied. Your gold, your silver, your palladium, which is David's favorite precious metal, and also your cryptocurrency and riskier stocks. We saw what happened with GameStop and AMC. All of these rallied, and so did the housing market. But let me tell you something. All of those markets pulled back. Every single one of them. S&P 500 way down. Everything is way down. We did not get a pullback in the housing market. We've had a pause. We've had a slowdown. Maybe people aren't overpaying for houses, but the median price of houses has not dramatically moved at all. It is still overinflated. So you had this big run up. So I promise you, not with 100% certainty, because I'm not sure what the hell is going to happen. And you know what? Houses have performed very well historically, so it's possible that they just keep going up. But realistically, pullback coming. Now, what else we got? And then Jordan Peterson says the only way to stop suffering is to sacrifice for someone getting 200 or 300, turn it into 4,000, 6,000. Yeah. I don't want anybody to lose money, but I mean, essentially, if you want to take profits, somebody's losing money. So I mean, you can only. It's the way it works, man. It is what it is. You want to take profits, you're taking money out of somebody else's investment. It's essentially how it is. He said, Marky Mark says, what up, Big Rob? We gonna be in this crypto winter for 2 to 3 months at these prices? Then we ascend? Yes and no. We're gonna be in crypto. We're gonna be a bear market till the end of 2023. And so that is a year and a half. That doesn't mean that there isn't going to be pumps in between. And so taking a look here at Bitcoin, and I talked about this briefly the other day, but taking a look at, there we go. So I got the Bitcoin chart pulled up. This is 2017 and bull market right here. This is our latest one. But if you zoom this, if you take the bull market away, you can get a more realistic view of what it's going to look like. And I think this is gonna more or less be, and these things never follow one to one. Sometimes they do, but most of the time they don't follow one for one. And so I want to show you something here. And tell me, and you know what? I didn't plan on doing this beforehand, so I'm just assuming. But tell me these don't look awfully familiar. Let's see here. Well, you know, we'll go to year to date. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. All right. We'll go here. All right. So this is the last bear market, bull market, whatever you want to call it. And so you have the height of the 2017 bull market. Then you have the bear market. It really wasn't that bad. I mean, if you were to think about it. So here you had an $18,000 Bitcoin. Everybody wants to say $20,000 Bitcoin. Yes, it did just briefly graze 20 grand. And then it came right back down. But what we were pretty much seeing was Bitcoin between 10,000 and Bitcoin between 10,000. So, but from 10,000 to 10,000 for 2 months. So not even that long of a time window. Then we fell down to 8,000, came back up to 10. So realistically, we were in between 10 and 17,000 for a few months. And then we had our bear market. And lo and behold, we jumped back up to 12,000. And so here at the height of the market at 19,000, at the low of the market at 6,000. So from the very bottom of this, let's just call this the bottom here of this of right after the bull run. So you had the bull run, then you got the bottom here, so 6,000. It took 6 months for this to happen, right? So let's take a look here. You have top of the bull market. This is the more recent one to the bottom. Lo and behold, 6 months, right? So 6 months from top to the bottom here. Now, what ended up happening was another 4 months later, 5 months later, we've dropped even more. And I think this is going to happen. I think this is going to play out just like this. This right here, I think is going to play out again. And so I think this is what we're seeing. I think this right here and this right here, all fully familiar, right? Look at that. This is the 2017 bull market, the height of 2017. I think we're about right. I think we're right here somewhere. And then more to come. You look here, height of the market. Boom. This drop. Is that this? Because this is the bottom of the market here. And I've said before, I think the bottom could be in. Is it in? I don't really know, but you know. So anyways, where I was getting at is you get a run up after that. So you go from 3,000. Think about how much money, how much potential you could have had here. You went from 3,000 to 12,000. You had a 4x on Bitcoin in the middle of a bear market. And 2 months, 4x Bitcoin, bro. So, when you ask me, are we going to have this prolonged crypto winter in 3 months? 3 months, I think this happens. You know what? You know why I think this happens? Because 1, you got the Ethereum merge. 2, you have a spot Bitcoin ETF. 3, you have more than likely a bounce in the traditional markets. I think we're going to bottom out here at some point or get close to it in Wall Street, and then we're going to have a reversal and some relief rally. And I think that's going to equate with this. But then just in the same way that this ended up dropping back down to 7,000, and then ultimately hitting this pandemic bottom at 5,000. You know, this wouldn't have happened. We would have just smooth sailed straight into this bull market if it wasn't for the March 2020. And so this is the bottom, man. And I think we're going to be here in this bottom for, I don't know, month, 2 months, 3 at most. Then we rally. Then we come back down. Then that lines up perfectly with the DFib Enter in the chat. How you doing, Rum Dude? So, anyways, that's my thoughts there. And then lastly, before I get back into my articles here, Redman's up in here. Redman, what's up, man? Good to see you back in here. Oh, you were driving an ambulance, huh? Okay. All right. Well, that's an honorable job, man. Now, and then Rob said, or Bullish Kenny G says, Rob, what do you think about price will hold after the ETH merge spot ETF? It is possible. It's possible. I don't think there's gonna be the retail FOMO in on the back end though, and I think that's what you need. Perhaps let's say ETH merge, spot Bitcoin ETF, and maybe like 3-4 weeks later, right when the market's cooling down, Apple integrates crypto payments into their wallet, and they offer like staking as well. Maybe metaverse pops off, the Facebook metaverse catches some traction. I don't know. It's too early to know. It's very possible. And when it comes to crypto, things usually tend to snowball. And so, yeah, there you go. All right. So taking a look. So here we have exchange inflows ramp up as crypto investors clamor to exit market. So data shows in the last 24 hours that the amount of funds that are being transferred into centralized exchanges is up over the last week. So it's always, the mantra is when people start moving their tokens onto exchanges out of cold storage, is because more than likely they want to sell. And I can't really disagree with that idea. Doesn't mean they're going to sell permanently. And a lot of times they're just looking they see a drop coming. Maybe they want to sell in preparation to buy it lower. Either way, for the people that are on the, hey, they're about to dump the market, it's usually an indicator right there. So be careful. Glassnode reports that more than $3 billion in Bitcoin has moved on to exchanges in the last 24 hours. Just to let you know how significant that is, $3 billion. It's a $400 billion market cap. So if you just moved just shy of 1% onto exchanges, yeah, that ain't good. There was 3.2 flowed on with 3.3 flowing out. So kind of contradictory here. So some came on, some came out. So I don't know. We'll see. And then the same can be said with Ethereum. Now Ethereum had a net positive onto exchanges. And I think a lot of this might be coming from this whole staked ETH thing, becoming people getting scared about it, which I will talk about here in a second. Now, looking at our next article here. This is ya boy, Anthony Scaramucci here. So we bought more Bitcoin and Ethereum during the crash, says Anthony Scaramucci. If you're not familiar with who that is, he is the founder of Skybridge Capital, a man who made his money during the dot-com boom and the time thereafter. So compared to a month-long sell-off, the internet bubble burst in 2000, while noting that some of the crypto gems will survive the winter, as Amazon did 20 years ago. Quoted here saying, "Stay disciplined." Basically, don't be making any rash decisions. Even if you're going to buy, as I mentioned last night, as it kind of grazed over here, you're gonna have time to DCA in. If you got stablecoin on the side, cool, man, pull the trigger. You should still dollar cost average, but you don't want to just FOMO it all in right now, because what if the prices drop down lower? So with that said, make smart, wise decisions. DCAN, we're probably going to be in this level for a while. And so he says, I don't want my clients to miss this. I'm telling them to size it up appropriately at 1 to 3% allocation, 1 to 4% at cost. You can let it run its course. Anyways, basically saying, take a position. Don't go all in. Don't go ham. Don't go Michael Saylor in this thing, but it's good to hedge your portfolio. Throw in some crypto. When asked if staying disciplined means staking Bitcoin, which is obviously a sensitive subject right now, the Bitcoin bull said yes, adding that with instrumental cash, this fund continues to add Bitcoin and Ethereum in this portfolio. So, what does this mean? This means that Anthony Scaramucci is staking his Bitcoin and that he has a custodial service holding his Bitcoin. Man, you got some balls to come out here and say that in this temperature of the room, man. With all the stuff that's going on, man, I would assume if you were the founder of Skybridge Capital that you might be thinking twice about having an institution custody your Bitcoin, especially one that is offering the staking rewards, which is obviously using it on the back end to hedge themselves. And so a little worrisome, man, and especially if this crypto market takes a further dive. I mean, could BlockFi be the next? I don't think so, but I didn't think Celsius would have this happening. Anyways, yeah, so yeah, man, so yes, stacking your, oh, hold on, it says stacking Bitcoin. Oops, I read that wrong. All right, so he's stacking Bitcoin, but still. Okay, my bad. I read that wrong. So stacking Bitcoin here, not staking Bitcoin. Hey, boy, hungry. I like steak. So, anyways, but still, man is super bullish on crypto. You know what? The thing is like you see two different styles of corporate integrating cryptocurrency here. So on one side you have Michael Saylor, who literally just took every penny. He probably took the dollar bills out of his vending machine in his lobby downstairs at the bottom of his corporate office and only accepts Bitcoin. Like, dude probably has literally zero cash, and has transferred everything. Even his leverage for his Bitcoin borrowing has come with collateral of Bitcoin. So I don't think the man literally has any Bitcoin. Probably. So anyways, with that said, obviously his company is not holding up that well at the moment. The stocks are down. I don't think as a publicly traded company, it might be the wisest decision to go all in on Bitcoin. Because you know what? You have a lot of people that don't have the HODL mentality that, say, me and you guys in the chat have. And you're probably scaring the crap out of your shareholders at this moment. Because you lost all the gains you created since 2020. And could you have hedged your bet with some traditional assets? I mean, I'm super bullish on crypto. I'm just saying that, like, maybe the route that Anthony Scaramucci went on, where he's suggesting a 5% allocation. As this thing gets adopted, I think you get more and more exposure. I think maybe the next bull run, if you're a very bullish hedge fund manager, asset manager, and your clients they know that you're bullish on crypto, maybe you go a little bit harder next time. And but right now, I don't know. Now, I do believe Michael Saylor will have the last laugh. I think 5 years from now, dude's gonna be buku rich. He's gonna be just straight swimming in that cashola. Gonna be that Donald Duck out there. Just swimming in all them coins. But in the meantime, he's gonna drag his investors and his shareholders through the mud and scare the crap out of them. And he gonna look like he made some dumb decisions. And I mean, he'll come out on the other side as a genius. You know, he'll be Time Magazine's Man of the Year and all this. You know, hey, I truly believe that. But I don't know. Is that the right way of doing it? Maybe. Maybe, you know what I mean? I look at it this way. Is it smart enough for me? Okay, I believe in Bitcoin, but do I want to sell my house? Take every dollar that I made at it, that I have in my house, all the equity, buy Bitcoin, and then live in a cheap apartment. I understand that is probably gonna pay out way better down the road than me dollar cost averaging $100 or $1,000 into Bitcoin. Like, I understand that if I sell my home and I just buy 25 Bitcoin and I hold it for 10 years, I understand that's probably a better decision than me dollar cost averaging $500 at a time. But is that the life I want to live? Not really, bro. I really don't. I don't want to have a poo-poo life for 5 years. That's all I'm saying. Like Michael Saylor, you're gonna look like a genius in 10 years. We get it. But man, you're gonna have some rough times until then, bro. That's all I'm saying. So we got a new man in here. We got lowered time frames. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. So you look like you came here because of Celsius. Looking for some answers. We did discuss Celsius in the beginning of the video. So I recommend when this is over, don't do it now, but when this is over, rewind the video. We did discuss Celsius restructuring, which a lot of traditional legacy finance companies do when they get their head over water when it comes to debt. So I don't think anybody knows what Celsius is going to do. I don't even think Celsius knows what they're going to do. And so, will you be able to withdraw soon? You know what? I don't. If you're looking for the answer, you're not going to find it. I'll just say that nobody has the answer, and all you can do is hope and wait. If I could give you one piece of advice, lower thirds or lower time frame, if I could give you one piece of advice, would be that if they do offer a withdrawal, that it is going to be extremely time sensitive, because there's going to be a lot of people that are scrambling to take their assets off of Celsius. So, will they? I'm assuming they will, but my true recommendation would be, man, and we said this to another viewer, is to honestly, like, I'm not even trying to be funny here. Follow the Celsius Twitter. There's also the Celsius, it's called Celsians. They post quite frequently. They're followed by Alice Mashinsky, so Celsians Twitter handle as well. And anybody else in the Celsius circle, follow Alice Mashinsky as well. And then put your notifications on your phone. And when they open up trading, you get on there and you take your assets off right away. You do it right away. Don't wait. Because, if there's a massive run, if they all of a sudden open up the floodgates and anybody can take out as much as they want and there's no barriers there, you are probably going to run into a scenario where they run out of cash and the last people in are going to be the last left out. So that would be my recommendation to you. And lower time frames, also much love. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. We always really appreciate it. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about crypto, we got a badass crypto community here. You can talk to the people in the chat. They'll all tell you, man. We're all a big family here. We do a live show Monday through Friday. This night thing, we're just kind of giving it a run because there's been so much volatility, so much people are so uneasy, and not to mention we're just trying to pick up some new subscribers. So we figured we'd launch this on a different time zone, see if people like it. So, anyways, welcome to the crypto fam, man, my dude. So let's talk what happened to Celsius. How did they get into the position that they are? And so, a lot of there was a lot of things that happened. I think the Terra Luna thing played a big piece. I think that, they had some kind of assets in there. And if they didn't, which I still don't believe they did, I still think they were holding Luna. And they said they didn't get burned. They said they sold, but I wouldn't be so sure about that. So here's so how did they end up in this mess? A lot of it came from their Ethereum holdings. And so with their Ethereum, they for one held more staked Ethereum than they did regular Ethereum. We did a video on this. We just posted it earlier today. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Basically, overexposed to staked Ethereum. Don't ask me why. I'm still in this camp of why the hell were you holding staked Ethereum versus regular Ethereum? And I made the comparison, and I get it's two different worlds. So I mean, you can sit here and blast me in the chat if you want, but that's like saying like holding Bitcoin Cash versus Bitcoin. And I get it. You can redeem stake Ethereum later on after the merge for a 1-for-1. I understand that, but I'm just saying that if you're an institution custodying other people's money, billions and billions of dollars, and people are trusting you, let's not take any undue risk, bro. Don't take any undue risk in be holding staked Ethereum just so you can turn a little bit more profit on your staking. Like, come on now. People need to exit. You need exit liquidity. If you're staking theirs on a testnet chain, like that's just a dumb idea from the top bottom, bro. Think about it. Let me repeat that. You are holding people's exit liquidity. You're locking it up in a token on a testnet chain. I gotta say anything else? Do I gotta say anything else? So anyways, okay, yeah. So what does this article entail? So there's a big price gap. So a big price gap on the locked ether. So this is kind of what set this ball rolling down the hill. Snowball's getting bigger. How did this happen? You can swap staked Ethereum for regular Ethereum later on after the merge. So the Ethereum 2.0, Beacon Chain, Ethereum, boom, they come together. They're all one. They get married. Everybody's happy. 6 months later, all that staked Ethereum you got, convert it 1-for-1 for Ethereum. In the meantime, you're getting some high-end yields off of this thing. And that's what drove people in the same way that drove people to investing in UST staking, where you're getting 20%. I don't know the exact percent yield on this staked ETH, but I know it's favorable. And so what happened is not all of it's staked. People just have it. Obviously, there's certain dexes and exchanges that have it available, and so it's not all staked. And so the price on the market trades just like any other token on the market. And you would assume it would trade 1-for-1 with Ethereum, but it's been falling away from that. So off by 8% right now. So people, the market makers and the lenders, if they have this leveraged and there's a gap, a significant gap, and they don't have enough collateral on the back end, they're going to have to either pony up more collateral or going to get margin called. And if you're not the biggest institution, or if you're just, a whale or a dude, if you're just a dude like me, and you have, your tokens ponied up in a contract with the smart, you can't negotiate that. So, I don't know, man. It's a mess. And so I did pull up, here's the price of the Lido staked ETH here at $1,122. Now it's recovered. This was further off earlier. So, this is an ongoing battle here. But taking a look earlier, it was down to 1,100. And roughly around this time, you were looking at a $1,200 Ethereum. So, that hasn't really dipped under $1,200, man, in the last day. If you're looking at this dipped all the way down to $1,100. Look, it even fell down under $1,100. It's scary, man. So a lot of volatility here. It's struggling keeping par with Ethereum, it's not quite as bad as it was earlier. 1,100 versus 1,180. It's less than 5% now. So glad to see that it's lining up. And then what else we got here? Anybody else? Who else we got? Luis up in here. Luis, did I say hi to you earlier? If I didn't, go ahead and say hi now. Let's see here. What else we got? So the lower time frame says ouch. Notifications popping up here. Okay. Anyways, Salvatore says, I wonder if the Celsius idea was to be a node and have multiple nodes. I don't know ultimately what their goal was when it came to the staked ETH. They went too heavy into their bag. And you know what? You want to be a node operator. You want to make more than the face value, interest. That's cool, man. Like I think it's a good business model. The thing is you don't want to hold 80% of your ETH holdings in billions and billions of dollars. You don't want to hold it in something that is untested, unproven, and has to be locked up, and with a extreme lack of liquidity if you need to exit your position on the fly. So I think that's essential, you know what I mean? Now, taking a look here, I did see another article here. If you're looking for something bullish, because I think we've been all in this downside thought mentality here, but something a little bullish. Bank of America's 90% of adults surveyed plan to buy crypto in the next 6 months. Let that sink in. 90%. That's absolutely huge. That means only 10%. That means those retired boomers that struggle to log into Facebook. That's who's out the circle, bro. Everybody else, they in this thing. They in this for the long term. The antennas are up. They're ready to buy some crypto. And if I could tell you one thing, man, I know we've had a couple of people in the chat already that have taken some L's. A few weeks ago, it was a big L when it came to Terra Luna. And we know, man, that stings, dude. That stings, and it hurts, man, and I get it. But you know what? Hypothetically speaking, you get liquidated top to bottom. You got to start over again, man. It's just money, bro. You get more of it. And you're still early. And I mean that with experience. Getting hacked, compromised, loss of funds, sent something to the wrong wallet address, and I have had impermanent loss. And I've lost money I couldn't really afford to lose at the time. But at the end of the day, bro, it's just money, man. Whatever you lost today, you'll make it back tomorrow. And if you equip yourself with knowledge, you will take your lumps and your scars and you will grow so much harder in the future, man. You will make better decisions. You will go in with your portfolio like an absolute crypto mastermind, bro. You'll be like, bro, last bull market, I lost 15 grand. Last bull market, I lost 1.5 million. Whatever story you got. And now you'll be like, now reloaded. I'm good, man. Like I got goosebumps, bro. I got goosebumps just talking about this, bro. You can't see it because this is a 1080p. But man, I'm telling you, dude, you are gonna be so much wiser, regardless if you lost money. But if you lost money, you're gonna be that much hungrier, man. Because let me tell you, man, just like when you go to an interview and you get shot down, what happens when you go to the next interview? You study a little harder. You're ready for more questions. You got a nicer suit on. Like you ready for you've taken the punches. You get dissed by that girl, And what do? You hit the gym harder. And next time you approach, you a little bit more fly. And so it's all good, baby. It's all good. And you know what makes me excited? 90% of Americans going all in on crypto, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Last thing I'm gonna wrap it up on. We gotta address the elephant in the room here. Elephant in the room is, ya boy, USDD. What is you doing? What is going on? You were supposed to be $1. You were supposed to be $1. Why? What are you doing? Why are you 97 cents? The market can't handle this right now. Yeah, bro, I need a breather, man. Just get back to $1. Stop playing with us right now, okay? The last thing we need is number 57 rank stablecoin going under, bro. What are you doing? If you're not familiar, USDD is a new algorithmic stablecoin launched by Tron Network. Tron Network, top 13 project top 15 project here. $5 billion market cap. You playing with people's emotions, Tron. This is why you're down 11.5%, man. This is a bad idea. You shouldn't have launched a stable coin in these market conditions. Maybe you should have postponed it, did a little bit more research, because right now things ain't looking good, bro. And 97 is not okay, dude. That is not okay. That's not how the dollar stable coin ain't supposed to be 97 cents. If I pull up and I'm like, yo, I'll give you 97 cents for that dollar, what are you going to tell me? Nah, because that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. So what happened? What happened to UST, bro? Let me show you what happened to UST. Hold on. What happened to UST? Where's that tether? Where's my UST coin? Is it gone? Has it been delisted? Was it Terra? Maybe if I look up Terra Luna Classic, it'll give me. Maybe it'll pull up their. Why ain't it give me the numbers for UST? The hell? I'm curious. UST. Oh, it's USTC. Oh, they added an extra letter on here. Oh, there it is. So, taking a look at USTC. And so what happened here, if you were to look before the epic collapse, you had this happen. We're still at $1 here. This happened. So there was a time window. You know what? This isn't lending well for the graph here. But anyways, what we're seeing here out of damn it, where'd it go? What we're seeing here out of USDD, awfully reminiscent of what happened to UST. UST floated around 98 cents for about 2 to 4 days. And it's been about 2 to 4 days. This thing has not been at $1. Pretty damn concerning, my dude. Just saying, it's been 2 days now. Lower lows. And Justin's son, bro, you need to unplug this thing, bro. Go ahead and just call your losses, ball this thing up, throw it in the trash can, bro. Because if you keep trying to run this thing, people are gonna take advantage of it. And they're gonna liquidate your Tron network, bro. We can't do that right now. All right, so I'm gonna take the next 10 minutes. I'm gonna do some Q&A. I'm gonna bounce some ideas back and forth. I'm gonna say what up to the chat. Then your boy gonna play some Call of Duty. That's what I do. All right. Actually, 10 minutes depends on what y'all are saying up in here. And then if y'all haven't, man, if y'all want to sign up for our membership as well, we have the Sin City Crypto Fam. That's always much love if y'all sign up for that. All the green names are our members. So, and thanks again, guys. So, all right, wait, y'all talk about movies? Hold on, what movie y'all talking about? Hindi says I love that movie. Hmm. Yeah, I don't even know what movie y'all talking about. All right, let me scroll up a little bit, see what I miss here. So we're talking about sharding. So Salvatore says he'll be. He agrees we'll be okay. He's talking about faith in God, man. You know, I always keep my chain close to me, man. And regardless of what religion you believe in, man, just keep the faith, man. And at the end of the day, I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know if my religion's the right one. I don't know if yours is the right one. At the end of the day, society's better with faith and belief, and there's a higher power in some form. And I got my higher power, and I'm not gonna get all religious on you here, man, but there's bigger things in this universe. I'll just leave it at that. And then, uh, and then we got DFib saying only 10% of investors far and wide believe in investing in crypto is the safest. You know, looking at that article, 90%. You know, I think a lot of people see the potential for crypto. I don't think a lot of people are going to put their money where their mouth is. So when you see 90%, it's probably going to be like 30%. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody's going to FOMO into crypto and then go in hodl mode and stay in. You know what I mean? Like, not going to happen. However, if you were to poll however many people they polled, if you were to do that same poll 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, wouldn't have been 90%. That's what I'm saying. Been 60%, 40%, 30%, 20%. And so I think people know crypto's here to stay. They know at some point they're going to need to get on the bandwagon. Otherwise, they're going to get left behind, bro. And then Luis says, haha, preach. That's right. Stereo 2's 97-cent inflation, man. Yeah, Marky Mark, classic now. Double D for a double dose of pimping. That's right. And then Dumpy Dumps. Is that what double D stands for? Dumpy Dumps? U.S. Dumpy Dumps. I don't know why I find that so funny. All right, and then what else we got? And then user 7's up in here. And then Jesse. Thank you, happy to be here. This guy's chill and level-headed, not at all hyped up. You know, I think a lot of people probably disagree with you, man. Your boy be getting hyped, bro. Be getting hyped. And if you haven't seen our live show, this is definitely the nighttime chill thing going on, because we got this like over-the-top studio with production and sound effects and graphics, and definitely probably as far from chill as you can get. We like play club music and shit, so yeah, this night thing is pretty chill, man. It's a good vibe, man. It's a good vibe. You know what we need? We need some reggae music. You know what? The next night live stream we're gonna do, I'm bringing some reggae music. Find some that's copyright free, and we gonna spend 5 minutes just jamming this thing out, bro. You wanna know why? Cause one, there's CBDs live in Jamaica. I'm on. Two, reggae's chill, man. You know what? What a great way to end the day. Just pop on some reggae. User 7's up in here, man. Good to see you, man. And then Jesse, wait for the boxing match tomorrow. Oh yeah, he's double down and in there, yeah. And then what else we got? Yeah, man. So I think that's it, man. I think I'm gonna wrap it up. We're gonna go play some Call of Duty, play some Warzone. You know what? I do way too much crypto research. I do it for you guys, but I just pretty much just dive into that. I have very little crap going on the rest of my life, man. I dedicate my time to research and the product at hand, the stream. This is pretty basic, but you know. With that said, my release, my moment of zen is to play a little Call of Duty, escape reality, and get away from the crypto. And then yeah. Anyways, guys, I am signing off. So I will say muchas gracias for all of you for tuning in. It was good seeing all of you. And just to take a look. Hold on. And then I got a notification on my phone that Bitcoin was dumping. We having a big slide right now? Hold on. We're not going off yet. Breaking news. Bitcoin's dumping. Dun dun dun. Let's see. It's dumping a little bit. Okay. My notification overreacted. And then and we also got Hubi. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. Thanks for watching. And then once again, shout out to lower time frames. Also doing the chat. Good to see Salvatore in here once again. Seems like one of our newest loyal members and or loyal viewers. And so, yeah. Without further ado, we will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.